The Northwoods in Minnesota is an iconic place, where towering pines and aspen weave a dense woodland. A place where both hunter and dog can struggle to see even feet ahead. It's here you'll find healthy populations of ruffed grouse, these masters of camouflage holding tight on the forest floor, betrayed only by their scent to the eager bird dog. Part of the challenge when your dog goes on point is simply locating them in this tangle of woods and thickets. But then, in an instant, the grouse will take to wing in cover so thick it can be hard to swing a shotgun. Punctuated with the sound of a shot, the piney smell mixed with the perfume of gunpowder. If you're lucky, your dog will bring these birds to hand, and you can marvel at this true king of the Northwoods. This is a story about hunting in such a place. This is a story about an iconic species in a classic setting. This is the stuff of bird hunting dreams. This is Wild Upland.
Wild Upland is brought to you by Purina Pro Plan.
I'm lucky enough to get to hunt much in North America, often with my bird dogs in tow. We leave the Rocky Mountains for hours of endless driving, through prairies and wetlands and every other terrain. Sometimes, the road trip is as much of an adventure as the hunt itself, and I marvel at the places my truck takes us in search of wild birds.
So my setter, Jones, he's 4 years old now, and he's actually from a breeder called Northwoods Bird Dogs in Minnesota, but he has never hunted the Northwoods before. So I got a call from my buddy Ben Brettingen earlier in the year to invite me to grouse camp in northern Minnesota. I've hunted in Minnesota once before, but not with my dog, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to load up Jones and take him to his home roots and see how he did in the Northwoods.
What do you think that thing would run you right now if you were to buy it?
I was born and raised in Minnesota, and this is kind of where I cut my teeth. I moved away for a few months, but Minnesota's always been my home and had to come back for a variety of reasons, one of them being grouse hunting. So I started hunting, I guess, as long as I can remember ago. There's pictures of me in the photo album standing with a toy gun and a duck call in my mouth and my swimsuit on the couch when I was a kid. So it was something that I grew up doing, and for as long as I can remember, I've been just enthralled with hunting.
All right, what are we looking for, Grouse Master?
Wow. So this is a spot here. It's right along a little river. I don't know, it looks good on the map. I've never been here before. It looks like we've got some pine mixed with kind of young aspen. And I don't know, this is just one of those deals where we're gonna go in there and look good on the map, and hopefully we should find a bird or two, so.
All right, remember, Jones has never really hunted grouse before, so.
Perfect
see how
time
it
to
goes.
start.
That's right.
All right, let's do it. Ready, Famous? All right.
They're gonna race.
Yeah, let's see how far we can run down
Yeah.
the trail.
Wild Upland is brought to you by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Browning, the best there is. Fiocchi, your upland ammo for every pursuit. Onyx, know where you stand. Tetra Hearing, hear the hunt. Final Rise, premium upland gear.
I'm in the Minnesota Northwoods chasing rough grouse with some old friends and some great bird dogs. Ben Brettingen is a native to these woods, and he was kind enough to invite me and some other people in the outdoor industry to hunt rough grouse. But if I'm being honest, I'm really looking forward to hunting with some of Ben's dogs, who really understand how to hunt these kings of the north.
One of my pride and joy, I love him to death, is Amos, who is a 3-year-old pointer. And I was lucky enough that when I raised him, bird numbers were good. And he's my go-to. He's the first string, first off the bench. And in terms of the grouse wood, this is where he thrives at. And so I thoroughly enjoy hunting with Amos. Then there's Freddie. Freddie is a 1.5-year-old setter and just one of the goofiest individuals I've had the pleasure of knowing. Right now, he's still figuring it out. He runs really nice. He's got just that beautiful Northwoods setter style. He's still figuring out, but we will get there, and he is gonna be absolute hell on grouse. Famous.
Find him.
All right, go find him, bud. Find me a bird. Yep, that way. So grouse covers really vary across North America. Also, they vary across the state of Minnesota. Here we are in big pine country, and covers are definitely different here than a lot of places. Here, certainly timber cuts are a big priority because what you're looking for is stem density. That is the name of the game, finding areas where birds have overhead cover from avian predators, close proximity to food sources, but also they're looking for a mosaic of cover. The cool thing about grouse is that they require a very certain type of habitat. So to have older, mature pines that they can, get under when we have rain, they can go feed out in these cuts and along edges. So really you're looking for where multiple different types of forests meet, and that is going to be prime habitat for grouse.
So the Northwoods takes a really specialized, when I say a specialized dog, and one who is very, very talented. It's super thick. These birds, they don't give off a ton of scent because they're not in large coveys. So this was going to be a huge educational run for Jones. And so Ben was nice enough, to say, well, let's put him down with my pointer Amos and let them run together and let them, learn a little bit from each other. And it actually turned out really to be beneficial because as Amos went into the woods, Jones would follow him and realize that's where we're going to find the bird contacts, not out here on this trail. And so overall, super great education for Jones, and you're really seeing him switch a little bit from just thinking we're on a hike to, hey, there's upland birds in here, and he was actually hunting. No, he's on point.
Whoop.
Whoop. Where's Amos?
I just stopped him.
Okay, be careful.
Whoa! Whoa! Man, I hate that. Dog did his job. Really did his job. That was sweet. I was pointing at like 150, get up to him, relocate him, pins it. I see it on the ground right there, like 5 yards away. And got up low. And it's super fun though. Good job, Amos. Dang it, that was cool.
I'm in the Minnesota Northwoods with my English setter Jones, hunting and learning alongside some world-class rough grouse dogs. This is tough hunting, and not easy for a dog to figure out. The terrain is dense. The birds are smart and secretive. And most of the time, you only know your dog has gone on point by watching your electronics. It's a steep learning curve for Jones and me both. But thankfully, we have Amos on the ground with us. And Amos knows this game all too well.
Last time I had been up here was 5 years ago, and I was just jonesing, hoping that there would be birds in this cover. And we got in there, and it was a little slow start. We foot flushed a few off the trail, but there was this cut all the way at the back where it was one of those spots where it's like, I don't think many people in their right minds would want to walk all the way back there. And as soon as we got into that area, I didn't even know, I hadn't even been looking at the map, and all of a sudden, boom, Amos went off, point right to the right side of the trail. I give him one of those, hey, what you got? And you don't hear that bell. And it's like, all right, let's go. Got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Sorry. Good boy. Good boy, Jones. Good. Good boy. Good. Good work, my friend.
Awesome.
Good shot. I had a tree in my way.
Did you?
Yeah. Beautiful.
There we go. Good. Thank you, Jones. That was
Good work.
It's like, okay, yes, this is great. So exciting. And release him. Not more than 3 or 4 minutes later, bang, bang, bells, hammer it away, boom, stop. And you know when a dog is on a bird and how that bell stops. That was not a ding, 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 that was a boom.
Really amazing to see Amos work. Honestly, you could tell that he's just run these woods for a very, very long time. Very experienced dog, fantastic moving dog, and he was just pinning grouse after grouse. And we had one instance where he slammed on point, and Ben's, looking now, he's like, he stopped moving. And we walked in there, and we got a beautiful Amos point. We've got Jones honoring behind him, and it was thick, but not as thick. And I'm walking up right to where Amos is pointing, and this grouse flushes.
There goes, there it goes. Nice shot, Kali.
Get it, boys. Get it, boys.
Come here, Amos.
Good boys. Good boys. Yes, good job, Amos. Good job, Amos.
Out,
Good
out,
job.
out, out.
Good job, Amos. And instead of some crazy angle, it actually went up and I was able to connect on it and bring down a beautiful grouse and reward our bird dogs for doing hard, you know, specifically Amos, who is just a fantastic grouse dog.
Oh, that's a pretty one too. Look at
Yeah.
the copper neck band. So typically this is more
black, yeah.
the one we shot 5 minutes ago. Definitely black, so to see that copper is like,
That's crazy.
such a pretty bird.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's really neat.
that's got a big old ruff on it.
So, okay, how'd you say male or female?
So see how that's
Single.
two?
Right here?
Yeah, so you pull that, see it's got 1, 2.
So female?
Yep.
Nice.
In addition to Jones, I've got my newest setter, Trek. He's still a young dog and learning the basics, and I couldn't pass on the chance to put him on the trail of a rough grouse. The building of a bird dog happens bit by bit, and I've got great hopes for this one.
Found a bird along the trail and put little Trek. He's still learning on the scent, and you could tell he was smelling it, and he just flushed it. Hasn't pointed him yet, but enough contacts and he will.
Wild Upland is brought to you by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Browning, the best there is. Fiocchi, your upland ammo for every pursuit. Onyx, know where you stand. Final Rise, premium upland gear.
You can only run your dogs for so long in the Northwoods. Every stride is a battle in such thick cover. But in Minnesota, there's plenty to do when the shotguns go back in their slips.
So I call Minnesota, it really is a sportsman's paradise. You know, not only can you come up here and hunt big game and birds, but this is the land of 10,000 lakes. And so what's cool is you can grouse hunt in the morning, then when it gets a little bit too hot, you can spend it lakeside. And we were able to go out with Ben and catch a rainbow trout.
Oh, there he goes.
Shut your mouth, you did not.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Ah, he just came up and rolled it. Oh,
That's a nice one.
that's fun. That's so cool.
You know, he was telling me about how in the summer times he comes up here and camps next to these lakes and he just spends all day fishing. And I thought that was really neat that you can basically decide what you want to do for the day because there's just so much outdoor activities and hunting and fishing, and it's just awesome up here.
So there's no doubt I love dogs, I love hunting, but one of the big pieces for me is the camaraderie and the fellowship of hunting. Sure, I'll go out and hunt alone, but honestly, I enjoy the social aspect just as much. The meeting up for lunches and just kind of shooting the bull, having fun, laughing. I don't know, that fills my jar. It makes that whole experience pulled together, and that's why I keep coming back. It was pretty neat to see Kali's dogs come up here from the mountains, not have spent very much time in the Northwoods chasing rough grouse, and just to see those dogs develop in such a short period of time. I mean, Jones is a Northwoods bird dog, which is an iconic kennel in Minnesota. And just to see kind of those instincts come alive and figure out how to work birds, how to work cover, that was awesome. I mean, it's to see that light switch go with Jones, and then to see little Trek just mowing down the woods. You always see it, just kind of walking, running up and down the path, being like, whoa, man, that's pretty thick. I don't want to go in there, to just bulldogging cover and figuring it out. Pretty special.
You know, wrapping up grouse camp, I had a fantastic week, and I watched my dog flip a switch and understand what he was supposed to be doing in these thick, nasty woods, and bringing him back to his roots in the Northwoods where he was bred and born, and that was just an awesome experience. And you know, I'm kind of doing a Northwoods road trip, and I'm driving down now to Wisconsin to meet my friend Jeremy to do more grouse hunting. And as I'm driving, I've got Lake Superior on my left and this big open expanse of water, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous and it almost looks like Maine. And then on my right, I've got this fall foliage and you know, thousands of acres of these deep Northwoods. And truly, I hit the great October experience, and I couldn't have asked for a better trip, and a trip to the Northwoods where, you know, this is iconic.